Welcome to my 100-mile full review of the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro 3. Just a quick note before we start this review, this is a pair of shoes that I bought with my own money. No one sent these to me, and no one will have a chance to review this video before it's published, so all opinions are my own. Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Today we are going to be reviewing the newest racing shoe from Adidas, the Adios Pro 3. Going over some quick specs of the shoe, there's 39.5 millimeters of Light Strike Pro in the heel and 33 millimeters in the forefoot, meaning there's a 6.5 millimeter drop. In between the two layers of Light Strike Pro foam, there are carbon fiber rods, which Adidas is calling their Energy Rods 2.0. Now, this is Adidas' take on a carbon fiber plate. So what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to mimic the metatarsals in your foot. And what's pretty cool too is you can see how Adidas has put this in their shoe. It almost mimics their logo in itself. For the outsole, we have a generous layer of Continental rubber. This is Adidas' premium outsole material used to create traction on the roads. And finally, the upper on the shoe. It's kind of like a mesh-like material. Adidas states it's made of at least 50% recycled materials. It is a very premium design. And on the back here, you can see they have a little heel counter to help you put the shoe on, which I think is pretty cool. So how has this shoe been running for 100 miles? Not to put it lightly, this has been my favorite carbon plated racing shoe of all time. Initially, I was a bit apprehensive of it, like the cutouts. As you can see, there's one here and there's another one on the toe here. I didn't know how that would work for my foot strike. I am primarily a forefoot striker to midfoot, but I had no issues at all with it. When I got it out of the box, yeah, the upper did seem a little bit scratchy. It did seem a little bit stiff. I was a bit concerned about that as well, because these are expensive shoes, and when you're putting all this money into a shoe, you really hope it works out for you. So I was a little bit concerned with that, but once I got it on my foot, and after about the second run, it just really started feeling like a sock. The lacing system here, it's different. It's not like the lacing systems you find on other shoes. It requires to dial it in a little bit more, if I gotta put it like that. You need to just it's trial and error with the shoe. But once you get it, I mean, you get it, and it's just like, it's one of the best uppers I've ever ran in. And then looking at the outsole, as you can see right here, the rubber starts to kind of wear away. I am a forefoot striker, so the heel itself, it really doesn't have much going on, but as you can see, kind of like the holes in the shoe progressively get a little bit wider. Now, I've taken the shoe on a lot of different terrains. I live up in Canada, so as of right now, you have the sidewalks where you go and it's clear, so you don't wear trail shoes or anything like that, but then there's 20-30 feet patches of ice, and that's just kind of the nature of the beast up here. So yesterday I took this one on a 16-mile run where that was very much the conditions, and when I was going over the ice, I felt stable, I felt secure, and I didn't have any problem slipping, which is something I can't say about all of their shoes with other brands. Another initial concern I had with the shoe was the tongue, and it's very thin, and it's not gusseted on either side, so it could be very flimsy. And I guess what I have to say with that is that as I got the shoe more dialed in with the laces, the tongue became an afterthought. I haven't thought about it since, really, until this video. It doesn't move. It's very comfortable. There's just enough padding where I don't feel the laces personally. As you can see with the heel counter of the shoe, there's not much structure at all. There is two little pads there, and then there's just the flap. But Again, I've had no heel slippage in this shoe. Even when I first got it out of the box to 100 miles later, the shoe has just really felt natural on my foot. No blisters. It's been really good. So overall, I would say this shoe is going to last as long as this outsole rubber does. I don't feel as though this midsole is going to break down too much more, because honestly, it keeps feeling like it's just getting better. Less race specific maybe, but in overall daily usage or long runs, I mean, it just keeps filling that void. And so I'm very impressed with this shoe. This has been my #1 shoe since I bought it. I've already bought a second pair. I'm racing Boston at the end of this year, or in 2023, sorry. And until another company comes out with a shoe that kind of fits my personal running style and I guess who I am as a runner more than this, I feel like this to me is just the top of the category. So in terms of improvements I might want to see in the next iteration, for me, the upper is great. I love it. It fits really well for my foot. But I can see for the majority of people that this upper, it might cause some blisters or hot spots, especially if you have a wide foot or a high volume foot. It is quite narrow. So maybe an improvement on that. I did see though that the Prime X has come out with a new strung upper. So if that's the direction they're going, I would love to see an iteration of the Adios Pro 3 with that upper on it. What I really enjoy about this shoe is that when you want to go for those all-out efforts and you want to put in those hard miles, hard kilometers, whichever you go by, this shoe is absolutely responsive, you know, and it can pick up the pace with you. You don't feel like anything's lagging you down, and you always feel like you're giving your best. But also when it's time to like tone it down a little bit, maybe you're doing kind of like cool downs or you're doing interval sessions and in between, running easy in this shoe, it's not abrasive, it's not hard. The midsole is soft enough that when you are going at those lower paces, you know, you can feel comfortable and relaxed. Now, having said that, first out of the box, that wasn't quite the feeling, and that took a couple runs to break in. But once this midsole kind of gets broken in, it's just very versatile like that. If you're looking for something that on race day, it absolutely has the speed, but over time it doesn't wear out and you don't lose the pop, you don't lose, you know, everything. It just doesn't feel dead. Then this is the shoe for you, because you know, these things are expensive and you don't want to get 70 miles, 80 miles into a shoe and feel like you can't use it anymore. And this shoe, honestly, after 100+ miles, just keeps getting better. So in terms of pricing for the Adios Pro 3, in Canada, it retails for $300. So it is at the upper end of premium race day shoes. Thank you for tuning into my full 100-mile review of the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro 3. If you have any more questions or anything like that, please feel free to comment down below. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. So until next time.